About a few days ago, I finally did my first run in the Saucony Endorphin Pro. This is actually the shoe that I really wanted to try like a long time ago. But there's just really one thing about the shoe that, I wasn't really sure if I'm gonna like it or not, or if it's gonna work for me. And yeah, that's why I said, like, it took me a long time to really make a solid decision to get a pair of these. And for me, of course, the only way to know that is to, of course, to try it on. So one of those very first things that I noticed with the shoe is actually that rocker kind of feel, or the speed roll geometry. It really feels like I'm actually like walking on like a rocking chair. It's very noticeable, and it gives me that really nice propulsion, when I run. I would probably even say that I was not even like exerting too much effort to get that really nice propulsion. And it's just like I said, like the speed roll geometry, I think it's just great that it gives me that nice, like I said, propulsion when I through that gait cycle, and it's just very comfortable. The underfoot feel of the Pro is actually very nice, like comfortable, and it's just very bouncy. Actually know that the Pro has this full carbon fiber plate in here, but I really don't notice that when I'm actually running, compared to, of course, like the other carbon plated shoes that I tried before. For me, that's actually more like the positive side, because sometimes when you're like my experience with like the other carbon plated shoes, like they feel a little bit firm if you're actually not pushing the pace. But this one, it just feels like really comfortable, even if I'm just doing like a more of like an easy pace, and then if I push the pace a little bit, it just feels pretty much the same. Like it's just really comfortable and bouncy. And the upper mesh of the Pro is actually very nice and light as well. So you can see there's like some like holes right there for ventilations and stuff, and it's just like, it's nice, and I would say it's just very nice and comfortable. And the toe box of the Pro, I would say that it's kind of like in the middle of like wide and the narrow. What I mean by that is like, if you've tried like New Balance shoes before, or like some other shoes that have that really like wide toe box, like that you can feel, for example, like I said, like New Balance, it always has that really almost like a lot of like lateral side toe box where you can feel your foot like inside is just like so comfortable, and it's just so like wide in there. But this one has like more of like an even like toe box, like it feels wide and comfortable, but it's not super wide. So like I said, it's like more like in the middle. I was actually expecting that it would be a little bit wider fit like in the toe box, because I know that, of course, Saucony is well known for their like like very roomy toe box. And I don't really actually remember, but it's been a long time since I actually had like Sauconys, but I know that like the toe box is always very wide. But this one is just a little bit on the narrow side compared to like the other Sauconys that I've tried before. But the toe box is definitely really comfortable, and it can accommodate even if you're a wide foot or like a narrow foot. Just kind of like right there in the middle. And then the tongue of the Pro is actually a little bit different. It's a little bit more of like an elastic kind of tongue, like attached to like the inner part of the shoe. It's like kind of elastic, and it's like just really thin, as you can see it right there. I don't know if it's really like helping to lock my foot down, but the shoe actually really locks my foot down really well. I would say the only positive thing about this really thin tongue right here is like I just don't feel anything there, so it feels like good. It feels so light up there. And actually the shoe comes with this extra laces right here. It's neon laces, so which is pretty good. I actually want to probably try to switch, you know, from, you know, like I think it would be great to put this on instead of the white ones, just to have a little bit more of like contrast. And this is, like I said, this is one thing that I was talking about, like I wasn't really sure if it's really gonna work for me or not, because for me, this one structure of the shoe, it's very, very important. It's the heel counter, because you know, when you actually, when you do like a test right there, you can see that the shoe is, I would say, pretty sturdy, but there's really nothing right here. Like some other shoes like has that like nice like, you know, heel counter right here, but it has that kind of a little bit of a frame right here on the bottom, so it does give that nice and solid lockdown of the foot. So like I said, this is one of those things that I wasn't really sure if it's gonna really, if I'm gonna have like, you know, some issue with, you know, the heel counter, because I don't really like heel slippage at all. If I'm, you know, having that kind of issue, even if the shoe is comfortable, like all of those kind of stuff, like it's not gonna work for me, because sometimes when I run, it just feels like, you know, if the heel counter is like so flimsy, if it doesn't, you know, hold my heel very well, it feels like the shoe is gonna, you know, come off when I run. I can say that actually this is a really solid heel counter. I think the very first time that I used this shoe, I felt that I had a little heel slippage, but when I tried to, you know, tighten my shoe really well, like the way I wanted, I just didn't feel that kind of issue anymore. The heel counter is really solid. I would say that this is probably one of the most versatile, you know, like carbon plated shoe out there. For me, it feels more natural, and it's just really comfortable. And honestly speaking, when I actually did my first run in this, I actually had like a right calf pain issue. I would not necessarily say that I did like the pain like totally went away, but it gave me that comfort that actually was able to run. So just in general, I would say that this shoe gives, like, it's very comfortable. Like I was able to run in that, you know, that situation. So I'm not gonna totally say 100%, but I would say that I like this more than actually the Vaporfly. Just the overall feel of the shoe is just really amazing. It has that bounce, and the shoe is also lightweight, and just the upper feel is amazing as well, in the lockdown and everything like that. This feels more natural, and yeah, it's definitely an amazing shoe. Thank you guys again so much for being here today, and I will see you guys very soon.